Okay, so the first question, we've got a helicopter travelling on a bearing of 216 degrees for 50 kilometres. How far west of its starting path is it going to be? So what's the first thing you should do? Yep.
Put a dot so that you're indicating where the helicopter was.
So the helicopter's starting from there, right? And the next thing I would do is to put a bit of a compass on there as a starting point. So we know that's north, up the top there. And it's going 216 degrees. So which direction is that going to be from its starting point?
Southwest.
Southwest, that's right. It's going to be down this way. So around here to here is 180. So it's going to be going down here somewhere. What's the angle in here going to be? Sorry?
Oh, no.
It's got to add up to 216, right? And I've got 180 degrees here. 36. Okay, so is that right? Yep, 36 degrees. All right. So the question is, it's going this way for 50 kilometres, so I've got a length of 50 on that line. And the question is how far west of its starting position is. So what other line do I need to draw in? If I extend that down, this horizontal line here is how far west it's gone. Okay? North, east, south, west. What's that? No, west usually always goes the same way, but yep. And if I put a right angle in there, because the difference between west and south is a right angle, it's 90 degrees, now I have all the information I need to do some trigonometry to find out the answer to the question, how far west have they gone from their original position? So what am I going to do? What trigonometric ratio am I going to use? Sine, cos. Okay, that's the opposite side, that's the hypotenuse, so that will be sine. So sine of 36 equals W over 50. Then what do I do? Yep, I'm going to multiply by 50, so that becomes 50 sine 36 equals W. Could somebody do that on a calculator for me, please? Actually, I'll get you to do it if you could. 29.389, so if I was doing it to one decimal place, it'd be 4, wouldn't it? And what are my units going to be here? Kilometres, that's right. Okay, equals W. So the question's asking me this in words, so I'm going to answer in words. The helicopter, I'll just write heli for short, is approximately 29.4 kilometres west of its starting position. Okay, so that's a very common type of question where someone moves in a certain direction for a certain amount of time. It'll be a helicopter or a ship or an aeroplane or a walker, and you have to find out how far south, north, east, west they have gone. And at each point, you need to make, obviously, a right-angled triangle to be able to do that, and you need to understand how bearings work going clockwise from north. The next question here, we've got an athlete, ran for 2.5 hours. This is not me, obviously, because I would not run that long. 2.5 minutes more likely. In a direction of 164 degrees at a speed of 14 kilometres per hour. Also not likely to be me. Okay, draw a labelled diagram of the situation. We're going to do the same thing we did here. I'm going to draw a point where they started from. They're going to be going approximately heading in a sort of southerly sort of direction because it's a number between 90 and 180. It's going to be going down. And it's going to be going down like this. Okay, so that's north. You could label that with start. And he's going 164 degrees, or she's going 164 degrees. So I'll put in there 164 degrees. So that's labelling that diagram, that situation. Find the distance travelled by the athlete. How do we know how far they've gone? What information do I have in the question that I can use? Yes?
Well, he's running at 14 kilometres per hour and you have 2.5 hours, which it was judged at. So from the start to the end.
Has anyone in here done crash science? Okay, speed equals distance over time, or the distance that someone travels is the same as the speed they're going multiplied by how fast they're going. So if you get in a car and travel at 100 kilometres per hour, after 3 hours, you've gone 300 kilometres, right? Okay. So 14 kilometres times 2.5. 35 kilometres, okay? 14 kilometres in the first hour, another 14 kilometres in the next hour, and then in half an hour they'll go 7 kilometres. So 14 plus 14 plus 7. All right, and so the question is how far east are they and how far south are they? Because it's two questions here, how far south and how far east. So I'll just draw my diagram maybe a little bit bigger down here so I can work on it a bit better. So they've gone down this way. If I'm working out how far east they've gone, I need to find this measure here. There's a right angle triangle. And working out how far south they've gone, I'd look at that one there. So there's a right angle there and a right angle there. And I know that this is 35. What's the angle in here? How am I going to work that out?
Get tricky with it.
I'm not going to get tricky with it yet. I don't need to. I'll get tricky with it once I know that angle. Yep.
164 minus 90.
Okay, why are we taking away 90?
Because 90 is the other side.
This bit here is 90 degrees here, isn't it? Yep, taking it away from the 164. So that should be 54 degrees in there. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Sound right? Okay, good. All right, so if I'm trying to find out how far east they've gone, if that's 54 degrees here, how much would it be in here?
36.
Oh yeah, 74. Glad you didn't agree with that. That's good. All right. So that would be how much?
16.
16 degrees. Can somebody over here tell me why it's going to be 16 degrees in there? Yeah, 90 degree angle, take away 74 degrees would leave 16 degrees there. So I've got all the information I need to find how far east they've gone and how far south they've gone. Doing east first, I've got that angle here, I've got this length here, that side there is the opposite side. So I'm going to use sine 16 equals E over 35. So E will equal 35 times sine 16. Okay, and that'll work out the answer to that. And then for working out south, I've got an angle of 74. It's actually the same, it's a sine question again. Sine 74 equals south over 35. So 35 sine 74 will equal how far south I've gone. Okay? So that kind of question is very, very common. It's a common type of question that you'd find possibly something like that in the test as well. So you have to understand how to do those.